Okay, what's going on, guys? For today's video, I have a platform cash cup on controller for the first time. This is my second tournament compared to when I played the FNCS week 1 tournament, and that was more major compared to platform cash cups. It has more players and more people would play endgame compared to these platform cash cups because there is more money involved for the FNCS tournaments. So for these platform cash cups, you have 6 games in total compared to 10 games, so dying out spawn is definitely a disadvantage when it comes to getting more points for these platform cash cups. Most people are W keying and they'll be high in the leaderboard, so qualifying for top 100 is definitely hard. But before we begin, make sure you guys like the video, make sure you guys subscribe to keep up with my journey on controller because I am not switching. I know that there's going to be an update soon. After the FNCS grand finals, there'll be an update for controllers, tweaking the controller, so I'm pretty sure they're going to be making it worse. I did make the decision to switch controller and I'm staying on that. Leave in the comments down below, would you guys switch if you guys were on controller at this point? Because they're seeming to nerf controllers, so it's definitely going to be really bad in the future. I do hope that there will be a balance between keyboard and mouse players and controller players. If it comes down to it, I think I will switch, maybe not, I don't know yet. I'm still thinking about it. I don't know how this update's going to go, so yeah, let's begin. For the first games of these platform cash cups, I like playing it slow because most people that don't know is that people would usually W key and people would usually try to go for points because kills are 4 points and that's huge. But if you do get a win and a couple of kills, you definitely get a lot of points. So that's what I did. I played it slow. I got some couple of tags on late game and I did run into some people in engagements mid game, but I did not finish them. I just kept on rotating in and I'm pretty sure they did the same. For endgame, I didn't have a lot of mats and there wasn't a lot of people, so it was going to be way harder for me to get mats because there was going to be a lot of people alive in endgame. Even after getting those 2 kills, I didn't get a lot of mats and I needed to kill this one guy, but I did not and I hit him for 75 and unfortunately I did die at 3rd place. For game 2, I decided to land at the island near Craggy and got a kill along with some floppers because this place is known for floppers. I'm pretty sure this place has the most floppers compared to any other place. It's called Flopper Island. I heard people call it that before, but I wanted to play game 2 out as I played as game 1 because I want to get 10 game. That's where I most strive on in my opinion. For being a controller for a good amount of time, I think I practiced enough to where I can tunnel in and I can make sure I can get some end game kills. At this point, there was someone actually pressuring me down below. He was kind of getting on my nerves. I didn't really bother with him, but at some point, I did manage to edit down, make a little cheeky play, and get the kill. He did not expect that because some people would expect you to be nervous and not even engage in the fight, but I did decide to make that cheeky play and got the kill. For this endgame, I rotated in early, I used my mats wisely, and I'll let you guys see the rest. Game 3, I was feeling really confident after coming out from a win. Getting a win in these tournaments are so huge because you get a good amount of points and it definitely puts you up in a leaderboard where you can actually qualify. However, I did land at the island near Craggy and I decided to be a little bit more impatient. I would say I was pretty overconfident. I expected myself to win any engagement, but however, this guy did manage to kill me, and that was game 3. Game 4, I decided to land at my normal drop spot, which is Craggy Cliffs, and I did decide to actually wait this guy out. I was just hiding at this corner, and usually people do come out at this door, but however, this guy did not, and I would say he played pretty smart compared to me. He left the place with a good amount of mats and loot. He pretty much took everything that I couldn't, and I decided to leave the place with a little bit of mats, and I rotated in a bit late. At this point, I actually came to an engagement with this guy like pretty much the whole game. We would be tagging each other like the whole time. We would be using each other's shield, and I think this play was pretty bad because you guys will see that I do die to this guy. Game 5, I decided to change my landing spot because too many people were landing at my normal drop spot, which is Craggy Cliffs, and the island near Craggy, which is aka Flopper Island. This was another slow game for me because this was my 5th game and I needed to take advantage of this. I needed a good amount of points because qualifying at this point was around 140 points, I would say, and I wasn't too far behind, but I needed a good game in order to get a good placing. Near Salty Springs, I ran into the guy that was RPGing me the whole time. He was just not giving up this fight, so I decided to just engage into this fight, and I was pretty confident because he seemed like a bot. He was hiding behind a tree. He wasn't really doing much. I guess he had the better aim. He had the guns to beat me harder, and I shouldn't have lost the fight, but things do happen. Game 6, this was the last game for me. The cutoff was at 172 points, which I checked before, and I needed a huge game to qualify for round 2. For this endgame, I would say I was pretty set. I had 3 slurpfishes, 3 floppers, and 4 minis. I would say that's a good amount of heals to actually take some damage from rotating endgame. I was in a pretty good position. I was at Misty Meadows, so I could utilize the mats that were near me. I could refarm and I could just keep on rotating with those mats, so I'll let you guys see the rest. So I did end off at 144 points, and that was around 400 place. I would say that's not pretty bad. I was pretty proud of myself because I performed better than what I expected, especially when I was on controller for the first time. This was my second tournament. It wasn't a really big tournament, but it was at least a tournament, and I am going to keep on practicing and playing on controller so I can perform better for future tournaments, for other cash cups, for other big FNCS tournaments, or even the World Cup. So make sure you guys drop a like and make sure you subscribe to keep up with the channel and support the channel, and see you later, guys.